Sanity. I'm strumming chords against humanity. Will this see anything that's keeping up my sanity? I'm strumming chords against humanity. Will this see anything that's keeping up my sanity? I'm strumming chords against humanity. Will this see anything that's keeping up my sanity? I'm strumming
Good evening, everyone. This is 11 Mile Sessions Live. It is just a little bit after 7 o'clock, and you know what that means. It's time for our live band performance portion of the show. And in the studio this particular evening, I have the band Faster Taxi. Good evening, folks. How you doing today?
Hello.
Hello.
All right, are you ready to do some rock and roll?
Yes, sir.
What would you like to start out with? What's the first song called?
This is called Breathless. It's on a record called Floodgates, which came out in 2021. You can find it on all the streaming services, as a matter of fact.
All right, take it away.
Say you hate this life I made. Breathless and numbing, the senses, I know that my best is the worst than the rest is. To envy those little things. Remember it seems. I know that my best is the worst and the rest ignore the grace. So coming to its awful game. So tell me what I can do to ever be enough for you. I'll never be good enough for you. Without this reckless, numbing the senses, I know that my best is the worst and the reckless. Washed away the scene, and everything has come to be forgotten. All I know of grace is greed, and just how little do I mean. Not enough to breathe without saying anything. What can take this hurt from me? There's nothing left to believe in. Pieces falling all around, and my life goes crashing down. I thought I'd find some place to go, some place where only I could know to hide in darkness from my dreams, so I don't have to feel pain. But voices in my head, and blood starts turning blue to red. Maybe I should have gone to death, but there's nothing left here to die for. Pieces falling all around as my life comes crashing down. Pieces falling all around, and my life comes crashing down. Pieces falling all around, and my life comes crashing down.
All right.
Thank you.
No points taken off. All right. What we usually do after the first song or two is we introduce ourselves. That's not going to take very long because you're not a very large group. And keep in mind that some of our streaming channels are not necessarily video. So it makes sense if you introduce yourselves. So starting with you, sir, your name and...
Scott Graham.
All right. We were talking about that before the show started. The Scott Graham. Actually, it's not really that big of a deal, but I know I'm a film buff as well as a music buff. And there's a Scottish director that's done some really good indie films. Look him up. Then I believe it's a movie called Scott Graham, and it's based on a comic book. And
They made a movie about you.
Gotta find that
and
movie.
I can't think of the actor's name, but you guys seen the movie Superbad, right?
Oh,
With the
yeah.
young kids, you know, when they get into all their adventures, kind of like the kid version of The Hangover. The one of the actors, I can't think of his full name. The last name is Sena. He's got the blonde curly hair.
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera.
Yeah.
You got it. He stars in a movie called Scott Graham. Look it up. And it's based on a comic book, and it's one of those, you know, comedy, fantasy, you know, it almost reminds me of Ferris Bueller's Day Off in a way, in the way it's presented. Anyway, enough of that. But, you know, you're not the same one, so we cleared that up. And you?
My name is Sarah, actually.
Alrighty. And the name of the band is Faster Taxi. How long have you two been together, and how did you come up with the name?
Well, we started playing music together in 2009, but
Okay.
we were in a different band together.
Mm-hmm.
And when that band broke up, we started this band, which has been since 2012.
Yeah. Early
Oh,
2012.
wow.
So we've been together this band has existed for 12 years.
She lives a mile away, and we'd carpool to those band practices and gigs.
Okay.
They all, you know, band broke up. We're like,
Talking to your mic.
you got some drums. I'm a mile down the road. We just kept playing.
But that's how you two met, actually, is just playing in this band that you had?
I was
that
already
you-
in the band, and then we put out an ad for a guitar player, which he answered.
Okay.
And then we just
We were busy. We played about 3 years all over the place.
Well-
Way out west, Chelsea, and
Okay.
some bars, and Hell, and Pinckney, and
What was the name of the band back then that you were
should we give them?
it was called Scenic Route.
Scenic Crowd? Okay.
It's a good name.
I thought you were, you know, worried because it had some, you know, I don't know, dirtiness to it or whatever.
No.
By the way, this is rated MA, so don't worry about anything you say. I mean, you don't have to purposely say anything wrong, but if you do, no problem. No worries. Okay, so going back to how did Faster Taxi come? Then?
Okay, well, that band was playing a show in a barn on a piece of property that was very big, and the barn was like way in the back of this property.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise party for somebody.
It was it was a birthday party.
Okay.
And the barn was way in the back of the property, so they were having people park up front though.
To hide the cars for the surprise.
Makes sense.
And then they
Makes
would
sense.
have people park, and then they were using like a golf cart to drive people back to the barn. And then they also had a four-wheeler, just kind of going back and forth. And my brother was there, and he was running sound. And we have this game that we played forever about, like, people would say something funny, like, we should name a band that. We've been doing that forever.
Okay. Okay.
So the golf cart pulls up, and my brother goes, hey, look, it's a taxi. And then a few minutes later, the four-wheeler pulls up and goes, hey, it's a Faster Taxi.
And that guy was moving with these people in the back, like some girl.
And so I said, hey, we should name a band that. And that, for some reason, that's the one that stuck. Out of all those stupid names we've come up with in our lives, that was the one that we stuck with.
That makes sense. A lot of things in life, you know, it's the accidents that work out the best. When all is said and done, the more you plan it, the worse it turns out
Yeah, I know.
sometimes. But that sounds very strategic. I mean, four-wheel drive, a golf cart, and all that stuff. You really wanted to make sure this person didn't know what was going on. huh?
Yeah.
But I'm sure it was a fun time. All right, let's stop yakking for a moment. What do you have next?
We have a song called "Take the Win," and if I could just have a little bit more of her vocal. Yeah.
Me too,
Those songs
Alan.
were louder than our sound check songs, and I realized halfway through the first one, I'm like, okay, great.
And this is on our new record. We just put a record out earlier this year.
Huh?
We don't have physical copies. For the first time in our band, we didn't print physical copies. But it is on streaming. It's on all the streaming stuff.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that when you finish this one.
We start together? Oh, I started, don't I? So what's the matter? Oh, turn your guitar on, will you? Would you? So what's the matter?
Now start it.
So what's the matter? I own your bladder. You're looking down on me, but I can't see you're just a bragger. Control of me so easily, so you gaslight it. You can't say it to my face. I should be worshipped. But you play stupid games and put claims on stakes I'll never genuflect. Need you, and I don't need you. Got a crowd you can push around, but I can read you. If you can't say it to my face, I'll be the one who walks away. You can take the win, I'll take the blame. Don't know, we're blind to follow, and you can take the lead, but soon they'll see your lies and let go, but let go. If you can't say it to my face, I'll be the one who walks away. You can take the win, I'll take the blame. Thank you.
All right, so that's off the new one.
That's on the brand new record.
Okay, do you have a name for it?
It's called You Can Take the Win.
You Can Take the Win. Okay. So that just came out, and I'm guessing that's available on all the streaming platforms.
Every one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I see a lot more people doing that nowadays. It's really hard to sell physical copies. That pretty much.
I've asked people, hey, anybody out there got a CD player?
Everybody's
One
like, no.
hand goes up. I got one in my garage, and you're like,
Yep.
see, you sell these things, and then they just.
Yeah, they make good coasters.
Like, give me that $5 you'd pay for a CD and just give it to me as a tip instead, you know?
There you go. You know.
And then go on Spotify or whatever.
Right. Yeah, but like you said, you have no choice. I mean, I have a newer car, I have a newer laptop, and they just don't come with them anymore. So, and even if you go to Walmart right now, I mean, they used to be. It's like, yeah, I could just go pick up one when this busts and get another one for $20. Can't even do that anymore. It's just nobody wants them. But okay, what do we have next?
It's a song called See Through. This is on an older record called Balance, which isn't on streaming because we haven't done some of the old ones yet.
Okay, plenty of time.
I'll turn the guitar up this time.
Hey, you should turn it on, yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Apologize for anything I do, or what you imagine to be true.
So you said that comes from a release called Balance?
Yes.
Okay, how many releases do you have total?
6. I think.
Six?
Yeah.
How
And
come I-
they're all 12 to 14 songs.
God, how come I never heard of you guys until just like the last year or so?
I don't know. We played this, not this town specifically, but the Detroit area for years.
Just kept playing somewhere I wasn't paying
Somewhere.
attention, I guess. But that's the thing with modern media, social media and all that. It's like you just have to be at the right place at the right time. You know, you can post the crap out of your stuff, but, you know, getting the right people to actually see it, the ones that actually care, you know, that's the hard part.
Right.
It's not that you don't have fans, it's just that's the way it works. Okay, so is there any one place where they could go where they would actually see like a link to all of them? Like, would it be your Facebook site or?
Our Facebook probably gets updated the most frequently. I mean,
Okay.
our website is, I mean, it's kind of, I update it, but it's not the best place for anything. Facebook's probably the best.
Yeah, so Faster Taxi the band or however you got
It's
to
Faster
get it.
Taxi, but it has to be spelled as one word.
Okay,
All one word. That's important. Otherwise, you won't find it.
that is very good to know because I know how that works. You know, you can type it in all day long. It's like, okay, where the hell are they? And you still don't know.
I don't know why we chose to do it that way. I'm like, it's spelled as all one word, and then
You know, actually,
now it's impossible to find us.
With a capital T.
you don't have to do that. But it has to be spelled as one word.
yeah, but actually, I think it sets you apart because you know you find out one day it's like, okay, there's a Faster Taxi in Portland, there's a Faster Taxi in New Jersey, or
Or like an actual taxi company called that or something.
Exactly.
Who has copyright on it.
yeah, or God knows
yeah.
what. I'll say this real quick, but one of the things that always sticks in my brain, there used to be a website called the White House. Are you familiar with that? I don't think it exists anymore, but if you punched in on the internet, this was many years ago, the White House, you think, okay, government, right? Politics, right?
Right.
It was a porn site.
I believe it. That's probably why they changed like the .com to .gov so to differentiate.
Uh-huh.
They laugh so hard they go, let's just name it that. Let's just do it.
All right, let's do another one. What do you have?
Was Bill Clinton in the office? Never mind.
I think he was, actually. Probably his fault. I see Better Off.
Better Off Without Me is what this is
Yeah,
called.
this is an older one.
We actually wrote this during our first record sessions, but we'd already exceeded 15 songs, so we cut it. We're like, this will have to go on the second record
Well,
then.
it's that second one.
Yeah, a lot of groups do that, even the big ones.
So it's very old. This is from like 2012, probably.
Wow. All right.
Hope I remember it.
An old chestnut, if you will.
Feel like a failure filled with insecurities. I feel so obscure and different. Where's the love that I need? You're better off without me. You find it so easy to let me go. Just go.
righty. Okay. Better off without you. All right. So I'm actually glancing down at that list there, and you got kind of like a, I forgot, like a, I'm drawing a blank. What is that?
Like a parentheses?
Parentheses.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. Sometimes I can remember the most important things and then little details.
It's actually called an open parentheses because the other side would be the closed parentheses.
Ah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, my roommate at home, she always corrects me on all that stuff. She's the grammar one. Anyway, I'm assuming that you kind of like want to play those two together. Is
Yeah, because they has to switch guitar to play them.
All right. So,
Different tuning and
well,
Well, they don't have to be played together. They just have to be played with the same guitar.
well, why don't we do that while Scott tunes up? You and I will talk for a second. How's
Okay.
that sound? All right. So, any upcoming live shows at all? Even if they're not like right here in the area, if they're by Howell or
Our next one's actually in Perry in a couple of weeks. It's a place called the Backyard Bus Bash.
benefit.
It's a benefit for the owners had a granddaughter. Something she did, like a young child who died
who
a few years
passed away,
ago. Yeah,
unfortunately. Yeah.
It is amazing place.
and so she's been doing this benefit every year since to raise money for the charity that helped her granddaughter out, or the child that passed. Anyways,
What was was it an ailment, cancer?
I
or-
don't remember. I think
Okay.
it was cancer or something.
Okay, and just kind of school me. Where is Perry? Kind of like,
North of Fowlerville.
Okay, all right, I got you now.
Like it's far out in the wilderness.
Yeah, but distance-wise, it's really not that far from here. I mean, if you really wanted to go
If
badly,
you
enough-
really wanted to go,
yeah.
And it's a lot of people. It's a big hill going up. It's amazing.
and it's her own private property at her house, but it's like a little mini pine now. She has a hill,
Oh, nice.
and then she has like a stage, like a slab of concrete with like a pavilion built up on it.
Yeah. I have to think, if you can think about it before we get done with the show, if you have any idea how we can, like our viewers or listeners, if they're here, they can look it up. And what was the date on that?
I think we're playing the 21st.
Yeah,
It's a
Which
3-day
is-
event, and we're on the Saturday. Friday,
Which is a
Saturday,
Saturday, yes.
it's on a Saturday.
We
Yeah.
Yes,
got a
so it's the
pretty nice
21st. Okay.
6 p.m.
It's actually
Nice.
all weekend, but we play on the Saturday.
Okay, so 3 days. So did they have any kind of like camping or anything set up
Oh,
for
yeah.
that?
You have to, yeah. Well, yeah, you have to bring your own. Like it's,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's because it's a bus bash. Most people bring their VW bus,
That's what it
Okay.
is.
but you can bring any kind of camp, like rustic camping, kind of, if you want to have a tent or something.
But it's a charity, and it's probably going to be one of the last bashes for most of us, no matter what we pick this summer, right?
Yeah.
After that, you never know; it'd be too cold. Okay. Anything else besides that one, or?
Not currently. We've been busy all August. We've been nonstop basically all of August.
So you're actually finally taking a break now.
Yes.
The faster taxi has gotten a little slower for the moment.
But we made records like all up until then.
Yeah.
We finished ours, and then we helped our friend Devin make a record, and we helped our friend Mary make a record.
Oh wow. So you're
And
all over the place.
And before that, we helped our friend Jesse make a record. We make records, and
So you two are slackers, aren't you?
basically, yeah.
All right. Well, we get back to the music. Why we do the two back to back? What are they called?
It's called Ricochet.
This is also on the brand new record.
Okay.
This is the opener, right? This is the opener for the new record.
And followed by Pale Moon. Is that what it is?
Yes, Pale Moonlight is the second one.
Okay.
Know that I'm trying to understand a different perspective, but I don't think I can. Another repeat of this same old dance. Wicked feelings of knowing that there's nothing that I can do or say to make me feel less like a ricochet. So as it starts coming around again, I'm hiding, still crying about the same old event. I think I'm dying, there's no hope of regrets. And that's how that one goes.
That's how that Ricochet song goes.
All right, so Ricochet, followed by Pale Moon.
Pale Moonlight. And I'm not going to sing on this one. I might do a little bit of background, but.
All right, so we're going to let Scott do it.
Walking on pins and needles, walking in a pile of dirt. Anybody tries to stop me, they're living in a world of hurt. Living in a world of hurt. Walking right through the doorway, going to the pale moonlight. Everybody thinks it's over. There ain't no end in sight. There ain't no end in sight. Pale moonlight. Standing in the rain at midnight, trudging through a river of blood, breathing in toxic vapors, climbing that mountain of mud, climbing that mountain of mud. Pale moonlight. Oh yeah.
All right, I got that slide thing going. I played quite a bit when I was younger, and I never really could get the hang of it. I mean, I was all right, but I wasn't great at it. That's one thing I could never get the hang of, Scott, is doing the slide. I just never could figure out the right pressure. I don't know why.
Yeah, not to hit the frets.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, it always amazes me how you see other people, they'll do it and they'll take like a beer bottle or whatever's handy and just use something like that, you know. But
A beer bottle's probably a better choice than a clear glass slide on a dark bar room stage.
and it looks cooler, right?
I played before I knew Sarah. I played in this band, and we were just a cover band, and we were playing down in Pleasant Lake Inn. The place burned down a few years ago. Waitress put a brand new Budweiser there, and I just was showing off on some song,
Yeah.
and it started to shake up, and the foam's coming out, and I just kept going. Like a
Okay.
maniac. The audience was losing it. I'm going, oh, it's beer all over my guitar. Oh man!
What's that Tom Waits song of the piano's been drinking?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe your
yeah.
guitar's been drinking.
Yeah, the trick is you take an empty bottle, not a full bottle.
You know, you got to learn the hard way sometimes.
Yeah, trial by error. That's the way it happens.
Yeah, like, hey, waitress, can I get another one of those?
Can you dump it out for me first?
And it was just a Budweiser, so it's not like you're losing that much. Oh. So what made you start playing drums, Sarah? What got you into that? Any particular drummers or just any kind of music?
Oh, no, I just wanted to play the drums. I took piano lessons as a little kid. My parents kind of forced me into piano. My brother played piano, and then he played trumpet. And then they put me into piano lessons. And I wasn't particularly good at piano. But I was really good at reading the rhythms, but not really great at reading the notes.
Yeah, and they're still both percussive instruments, so...
Piano is considered percussion because it's hit with a hammer.
Yep.
And then 6th grade band came along, and I knew I wanted to be in band, but I didn't really know what instrument I wanted. And so I went to the pre-meeting, like the preschool meeting. Not preschool, but pre-school starting meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all the instruments, and I go, drums look fun.
Yeah.
I want to do that. And then I was just good at it. I don't know. I stuck with it. And then I kind of gave up on piano. I took both lessons for a while, and then I just gave up on the piano after like a year or two.
Did you start out like with a full kit, or was it like a marching thing at the beginning?
I didn't join the drum line until high school.
Okay.
And I mean, at first, they give you like a little kit that has like a bell set and a practice pad and the basics. They just like loan it to you from the school.
Right.
I didn't get a drum set until later that year. Because, I mean, I guess my parents were like, let's see if you're going to stick with it first before they really doled out the money for a drum set.
You know, they were smart. I mean, you just never know. For every one kid that stays with it the rest of their life, there's another 5 that say, you know what? Nah, I don't think so.
But when it was obvious that you seem like you're pretty committed to this, then they bought me a drum set later. But it was later that same year, so I was like 11.
Yeah, that's what my parents did with when I said I wanted to play guitar. My dad had a couple of nice ones. In fact, I just gave it to a friend. I had an old '59 Fender. What the heck was it called? Duo Sonic. You know what I'm talking about.
He knows more about that than me.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And they wouldn't let me play that right away, but they gave me like a really cheap, beat-up acoustic guitar. And my dad told me, he said, look, you learn how to play this and you still want to play, then I know you're serious, because it's actually good training. You want to start on a crappy instrument.
You want to fight for it.
That's how I did it, too.
Exactly. So when you finally get good at that crappy instrument and then you get a nice one, oh my God, right? It's like a revelation.
That Magnum, that $79 Magnum from the Sears catalog was my first good guitar, and I look at those now and go, oh, that was really low expectations back then.
Yeah, but it made you a better player, didn't it? Well, maybe
From
not.
that point on, yeah, I guess it did. Actual chords worked. You know.
Well, the cheap acoustic guitar I had, I really had to struggle to get my fingers to press down on the strings because the tension on it wasn't that great. So it made me work harder. So when I got a nice acoustic guitar, it's like I'm flying all over the frets.
And
it's
the
like,
calluses are now there.
Yeah.
That part's done, you know. Like,
you don't feel a thing.
Yeah.
All right, enough yakking. Let's do another one.
This is called Disasterville. I'm going to scream really loud on this one, so just be aware.
I like it. Yeah, that wasn't too bad on my ears. Of course,
we
I'm half,
sound-checked it, so
I'm half deaf anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
we made sure to sound check that one. So
Yeah. So I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. It's great when you can play all your original tunes.
we love it.
Nobody's screaming Freebird, when wanting you to play,
In the modern generations want to scream Wonderwall. Freebird kind of died out, but it's Wonderwall now.
It depends on the age of the audience, but
That's
yes, no, I agree. Yeah, there's always those handful of songs that everybody yells out. For like a lot of the blues circuit, everybody wants to hear a song called Mustang Sally.
Oh yeah, we used to play it in the other band. We played that one.
Yeah. So that's another one that you want to go. Okay, you want us to play that? Pay us $50.
What's the one we don't? What's the one we don't ever want to play again?
Tip jar.
The one we always played at Black Carpet. Can't you see? Yeah. Can't you see is one we don't want to play ever again.
Okay.
The freight train down at the station. No.
Oh yeah.
Nothing against Marshall Tucker Band. They're a great band.
But they have other songs.
I saw them once, way back in the day. They're actually a good live
They have
band.
more than one song, though. That's the thing.
Oh, definitely. In fact, I could go see them and hear every song but that one. I'd be happy.
That'd be perfectly fine, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. It looks like we're doing perfect on time. I'm glad to see that. Looks like you got at least 4 more, maybe 5.
Yeah, we wrote the Face the Truth down just in case we had extra time.
Yeah, because what we're aiming for, if you can still see the clock, we want to make sure we go at least a little bit over, like past 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we don't have to play them all.
As opposed to but don't worry about the exact time. This isn't like, okay, you're cut off, we're going to pull the plug. We'd rather you go over than under.
Okay.
Deal? All right.
This is called Becoming Memories. This is on a record called Balance, which is available to stream. Our 3 most recent ones are on streaming, but the previous 3 are not.
And again, Bandcamp, Spotify,
Every one of them. Yep.
Pandora, the whole 9 yards. Okay. Sorry, I won't interrupt anymore. Let's go.
Toxic leaking
Good to the last note. How about you, Scott? Guitar heroes, people that you admired the most at the beginning? I know we were talking about Carlos at the beginning.
Yeah, when I was a kid, that poster was in. I shared a room with my brother. He was older than me. He had all the records.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, it was just hearing Jimi Hendrix when I was 6 or 7, and that reality experienced album cover. I was a kid. It was
Yeah.
sitting there our parents had like the best stereo on the block.
Yeah.
I was proud of the thing they bought in the 60s, this monster. And that
Yeah, it was
album
the
cover.
size of a piece of furniture, wasn't it?
It had that kind of fisheye lens where Jimmy
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the two guys, and they were kind of purple.
Uh-huh.
And I knew he was dead.
Already,
And it
yeah.
kind of freaked me out as a kid. I'm going, that guy's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my mom would go, turn it down. She hated it. And I was like, how does he do that with a guitar? I didn't understand it. Well, I learned later. And bought an Aerosmith record with my first record I bought. My sister got me Bad Company. And then started cutting. And Ted Nugent became a thing for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before he became a whack job.
Yeah, it's just his dexterity. I'm like, oh, that's how it works. But it was just a junk guitar in the house, acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was a nylon string acoustic. And
Yeah.
I went to this place called Pyramid Guitars, Grand River and Beach.
I remember
Daily.
that place. I actually lived
And
over by there.
I lived at 5 in Merriman. Rode our bikes all the way up there. It took like half the day.
I was still in Detroit at that time,
And
far
I
west.
bought a pickup for $15.
Yeah.
And I put it in the acoustic guitar with this block of wood.
Oh, nice.
It was just. My mom wore out the light switch at the top of the stairs. Going,
Shut that
it was
thing
ridiculous.
off.
It didn't work.
But you were having fun.
It was a borrowed amp that somebody
Yeah.
let me use. It was just a bunch of noise.
Yeah. But you were loving it.
I had a
huh?
couple lessons, and all the guy did was draw out charts, and I just figured out the tablature and then
Take your money.
self-taught from there. And
It's usually the best
Yeah.
ones. I know Hendrix was self-taught. Of course, he did get some schooling. I don't know if you're familiar with a guy named Billy Davis.
he was doing the blues, yeah.
He's still around. He's still playing in the local area, and he actually gave Jimi Hendrix pointers toward the beginning of his career. So, anyway, we want to squeeze it at least a couple more songs.
We'll do a couple more, yeah. Probably a sad song, and then you know which one.
Okay, sure, yeah. This is also on the new record. We're playing a lot of the new ones, but we're throwing in, the old hits as well.
Little mixture. Huh?
Yeah.
So, what's this one called?
Because it's called Probably a Sad Song.
Oh, okay. Literally, probably a
friends-
sad song.
People that heard our stuff was like, geez, Sarah, you write such sad lyrics. And I'm standing there going, look at lyrics of songs. They're all sad. The Everly Brothers?
Even when they sound happy.
Yeah,
So she writes this one saying,
was-
it's probably a sad.
It was always, you should write happy songs, Sarah. I'm like, why should I do what you tell me to do? I'm going to write what I need to write.
Yeah, that'd be no fun.
Screw you. So I wrote a song. It's probably a sad song, so don't listen to it then, I guess. I bet I know everything that you will say. I bet you'll end up saying it all anyway. Bet it's something about how it's all the same.
flies when you're enjoying yourself.
It went by fast, man.
It sure did. All right, so
We'd like to play one more because it's such a big hit.
all right. So what I'm going to do, what I usually do, is I sign off. So I'll give Scott a second there. Once again, Scott, Sarah, thank you so much for coming down and
Thank
playing
you for having
us.
us.
Thank you, Scott.
Really enjoyed
Alan
it.
and Cisco.
Yes.
Very good. Rock on, man.
Props to the engineers
We
and
can't see
Oh,
them.
yeah.
They can see us. We can't see those.
yeah,
guys.
they're making funny faces at you right now. You can't see them, but
I feel like I'm being interrogated.
yeah.
Who's the good cop? Who's the bad cop?
It depends on what day you ask. So hopefully you'll come back and visit us again.
Oh, for sure.
Really appreciate it. Again, I'm going to sign off right now. Once again, Faster Taxi. What are you going to finish off with?
This song is called Surreality. It's on the Balance record, and it's just a hit everywhere we go. It seems to be everyone's favorite. So. Oh, Drumming and Strumming. That's right. Sorry, I get them all confused. There's so many. It's on the Drumming and Strumming record, which is available to stream.
That's what this little picture is. This artwork our friend did, and we're like, what do? We drum and we strum. Hey, they rhyme. Drum and there's the name of the album. We had like 2 songs written, and we already had the name of the album.
And we have thousands of these stickers because I printed them. I bought 1,000 of them in January of 2020, and then we shut down. And then I was like, well, how am I going to get rid of these stickers?
You drop them like confetti at a show.
I did at first.
During the encore.
I was just handing them out like handfuls. Like, here, take a handful of stickers. So this is called Surreality.
Little foot stomping for you.